Hello, everyone. I'm Jack Heslin, founder of the AI Conversation, and welcome to our continuing series, AI 101. We're explaining the basic concepts of AI in a non-technical way. There's no quiz, and you don't have to write any code. Just follow along to continue learning the basic concepts of artificial intelligence. Now, today we're checking out expert systems, what we're going to call the busy beavers of the AI world. If you stop and think about it, beavers build amazing dams by following their instincts and patterns. Well, that's exactly how expert systems build solutions, the same way, following logical rules using specialized knowledge. Now, these programs basically copy how human experts make decisions, combining stored knowledge with the reasoning ability to tackle complex problems. So as we climb up our AI pyramid, which we'll go to in a second, you'll see how these systems have grown from simple rules following smart hybrid systems that mix old school expertise with modern AI tricks. Now, why the beaver? We picked the beaver for expert systems because beavers are nature's engineers. They methodically follow their blueprint to transform an entire landscape, just like expert systems follow rules to transfer raw data into useful decisions. So take a look at the pyramid. Expert systems sit right on top of machine learning and neural networks, building what we've already learned. Just like beavers work with incredible precision, expert systems apply clear rules to solve specific problems. They're the perfect middle ground between the pattern spotting abilities below and the language understanding that comes next. They're a crucial middle block. Now, all expert systems come with three main parts that work together, kind of like your favorite team. First, there's what we call the knowledge base. Think of it as the system's memory bank where all the facts, rules, and expert know-how are stored. Then comes the inference engine. That's basically the brain that connects the dots between facts and rules to figure things out. Finally, we have the user interface, the friendly face that lets people talk to the system, ask questions, and get not just answers, but the reasoning behind those answers. That's really important. Put the three together, and you've got a system that doesn't just decide things, but can actually explain why it said the things it said. Now, expert systems come in different flavors, if you like that analogy, each with their own special sauce, sticking with the analogy. Rule-based systems are the classic type. They use simple if-then rules that we all understand. Like if the temperature drops below freezing, then be careful for icy roads. Case-based reasoning is more like your friend who always says, this reminds me of the time when, solving new problems based on past experiences. And then finally, model-based systems are the theoretical thinkers using underlying models to predict what might happen, predict it. Most real-world systems today mix and match these approaches, kind of like how we all use different thinking styles depending on the problem. Now, expert systems are doing really cool stuff in the world right now. In healthcare, doctors are using clinical decisions and support systems to help diagnose tricky conditions and suggest the best treatments. Kind of like having a super smart assistant who never forgets a medical detail. Banks and financial companies are starting to use these systems for everything from deciding who gets a loan to spotting suspicious transactions that might be fraud, all while following complex regulations to the letter. And more in factories around the world, we're going to see these beaver-like systems keeping an eye on expensive equipment, scheduling maintenance before things break down, and keeping production running smoothly. These are practical, real-world examples being used today, and they're only going to expand. Now, expert systems have some clear advantages. What makes them awesome? Well, a big thing is they're transparent. Not all AI models can explain themselves, but expert systems can show you exactly how they reached a conclusion. That's really important in areas like healthcare and finance and eventually in law. They're also very reliable, applying the same careful thinking every single time without getting bored, tired, or distracted, well, like we might. My personal favorite advantage is how they preserve knowledge. They can capture the wisdom and tricks of the trade from your top experts before they retire or move on, so we don't lose that body of knowledge. When you need decisions that are both smart and explainable, expert systems at level of the pyramid are crucial. Now, every technology has its struggles. The biggest headache is what experts call the knowledge bottleneck. Training these expert systems, getting all that knowledge out of the human specialist, all that expertise, and turn it into clear rules. That's hard. There's also something called brittleness, where these systems can get totally stumped when they have to face a situation that they're not specifically programmed for. And then maintenance. Keeping the rules updated as things change can be like painting the Golden Gate Bridge. By the time you finish, you've got to start it all over again. It is very important to understand these limitations. Expert systems are a great tool in the right place, but they're not the only AI tool you should look at. But the future of expert systems, it's enormous. The future for the Beavers. There's really exciting stuff taking place. We're seeing really cool hybrid systems that combine the rule-based approach with deep learning, like giving our beaver some octopus-like flexibility. There's also fascinating work being done in automated extraction, basically using machine learning to generate rules from data. That helps tackle knowledge, and that helps tackle that knowledge bottleneck we talked about. Interactive tools are making it way easier to capture expertise through natural conversations like this one rather than formal programming. As more people demand AI that it can explain itself, and regulators will require that, expert systems are finding new relevance in traditional strengths with cost-cutting techniques. It's really a huge, huge future. But we're in our pyramid. To get to natural language processing, this is the bridge. As we move up our pyramid in our next session, we're going to see how these expert systems create a natural bridge to the language technologies. Think Alexa and Siri. The expert systems give us a foundation for understanding language structure and meaning. It's like moving from a strictly logical decision-making environment to a more flexible understanding and the need for natural conversation. The expert systems teaching that are coming to follow, it's just an enormously wide open time. The systems we'll be interacting with will be conversational and fluid, but to get to that NLP level, we had to have the expert systems level first. So we're going to keep climbing up our pyramid. We've had the Clydesdale for machine learning. We've had the octopus for neural networks and deep learning. Now we have the beaver for, for expert systems. So in our next module, as we talk about natural language processing, we'll see what animal is the great metaphor for that. My name is Jack Heslin. I'm the founder of the AI Conversation. Check us out at www.theaiconversation.com. Thanks very much and stay well. Bye.